Well, I actually got my publishing deal first, so I just went and got the guitar that I always wanted to get, and then I got that, and then I thought that would be enough, and then so I got another guitar that I really wanted, and then I thought that would be enough, and then I just bought more and more guitars, and it doesn't stop.
Is there a guitar that you regret buying?
No, not really. No, there's not really a guitar that I regret buying. They're all, you know, I love them all. They all have different personalities. It's weird that much, so they do. No, I mean, you know, normal, photo shoots in general I can't stand because, you know, it's like you're a bit tired. And that's the reason you're not going to always be smiling and looking happy all the time because you don't. It's not exactly fun, especially when you got to go out in the street and people are looking at you like, who the hell is that? You know what I mean? But you know, usually that just shows, yeah, photography is fun. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you know, there is always a lot of dirty looks backstage at festivals when there's a lot of bands waltzing around and a lot of egos certainly. But you know, that's the way it is. But you know, nobody really likes to say hello to anybody. You know, it's always, you know, their egos just make them keep themselves to themselves. You know, I'll never go up to anybody and say hello because I am, you know, naturally a shy person, but. You know, if someone wants to come and say hello to me, I'm all out, you know, I'll never, you know, turn anybody away. You know, anyone saying it's always nice, and, you know, and at the same time, you've got to just say smile and say thank you. You know, the most inspiring thing is, you know, when somebody says you've helped me to do this, or you've changed my life in any way. That's the ones that hit you, and you don't know why they hit you. Just like, you know, it's a mad thing, you know, doing something you love and it's helped somebody in some way. That's the really inspiring thing. When somebody's saying, oh, I think your stuff's really good, or I think your stuff's really terrible, you know, it's the same kind of thing. Well, I think if that's the case for him, then he should have picked his friends a little bit more carefully, because my friends are, they're really happy for me and they're the most important people. I'll take them on tour with me, and you know, and they'll quite happily tell me if your head starts to swell or, you know, you start not being yourself, they wouldn't hesitate to tell you. And unfortunately that hasn't happen yet, but I know they wouldn't, and that's great. And, you know, it's very important the people that are around you, and you know, they've just got normal jobs, and, you know, they work in factories or whatever, and not in any way do I feel like they're bitter about, you know, my success, and you know, that's they're good people. Well, the drinking age is 18 years, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't really go to that clubs that much or something. I go to like pubs, you know, a good old pub. And if people want someone to buy me a drink, yeah, you know, it's depends if it's some weird stalker fan, then I'm not. Then I might not accept. Nothing would never accept a drink without a lid on it. My generation, from what I can tell, a lot of them don't have political views because they just try and make it so complicated that, you know, the normal person, you know, can't understand. And also, you know, everybody lies, they all lie, you know, despite whether it's conservative, Labour. I'm not a very political person myself, and you know, and it's just, I don't know, and they say, you know, there are people who are always looking for someone with a voice, you know, and people have had voices and we're here to come and they're remembered for it. But if we're still looking for people with a voice, then clearly it hasn't made that much of a difference. Maybe in some certain aspects of, you know, the country or the economy or whatever. But in general, you know, if we're still looking for that person, then clearly there's not been a huge impact. I remember when I asked him before I did my second album, you know, because I thought anybody to ask about second album would be no better.
What's the story about the club?
And he told me that you know, just not to really think about it, and just write your songs, you know, just don't even think about it, you know. And, you know, that was something that starting out at first was like, why do I not think about it? And then I just, you know, somehow I just managed to shut my brain off away from, oh, am I going to do this, I'm going to do that, and just wrote the song. And then the second album came, and it, you know, and people were saying it's quite fast in this day and age. It wasn't that fast, it was only a year. You know, I was happy to get it done. Well, I'm hoping that they'll keep a really young team out, because, you know, even if we don't do that great, at least they can't be criticised, because we always put the same old team out and we just never do anything.
Yeah,
so all the young kids, they're playing great, all playing great for the clubs, and, you know, I think, you know, that's the way to do it. Just let the youngs play, and maybe put Gerard in the team. You know, yeah, you know, he's someone that's always been there for England, and yeah, I can't imagine we'll do that great, but I think we could do. I think we could have a bit of a spark if we keep